Alright, so check it out. Back again here. Nothing that I wanted to come in came in, so here we are just trying to make stuff work again. I got the old steering wheel off of the other one. I cut it down. I'm gonna make it bolt to that. That way we'll have the old steering wheels here. So the issue was this one has a steering stem. Comes off. Let me take that off there. Comes off, goes down in that hole, and then it was through bolted on here. Something my grandpa did, I'm sure. So what I'm gonna do is basically the same thing, but I'm gonna drill a hole through this hole, out the other side, and then bolt all that together. That way this stays nice and sort of straight. But this one came off of the one outside. I'll show you. Alright, so this here is the old mower. It's the one I pulled the motor off of and all that good junk. So this one had the steering wheel on it. I stole it, saved some money anyway, because nothing wants to get shipped here, I guess. But anyway, so I just beat the little sleeve thing. There's a sleeve that went down over top of this, had the steering wheel mounted here, and you could move it up and down to adjust for whatever's comfortable for you, I guess. But I ended up just taking that whole thing off, and then I cut the pipe here. This came off of that other steering wheel. I cut the top of it off to make it a little shorter because I didn't want the steering wheel up super high. And this is what we got. I mean, it's not super short, but it's not super long either. And I think if I can get that wedged in there somehow without it wiggling around like the last one did, I'll be sitting pretty good. So let's see if I can do it. Alright, so what I ended up doing was cutting a wedge in it on both sides. I know it looks terrible, but it'll work for now. Ended up cutting a wedge in it on both sides. I'm going to bolt it down twice. I'm going to drill 2 holes in this, bolt it through with these bolts and lock washers and whatnot, so hopefully that'll be enough to squish it all down to where it won't wiggle around. But I ended up taking this, and after I cut those grooves in it, I put it in my press. Good old Harbor Freight press, nothing fancy. But then got this to where it's on there, and now I'm going to drill 2 holes in this, and then through bolt it in 2 spots. And it should theoretically hold it pretty good, but we're about to find out the hard way. Alright, so here's what I ended up with. I took my bandsaw here and cut down the front side of it. I was going to cut all that stuff off, but then I just folded it too. One of these days if I get a welder, I'll probably tack weld this stuff in there. But, I mean, it worked out. I smashed that in there with a hammer, got it mounted. It's pretty solid, but you got to keep in mind that this thing is mounted with like a piece of freaking leather or something down there. So, yeah, anyways, it turns the wheels, does what I needed to, and it's relatively straight, but there is a lot of play in the wheel, so there's that. But, I mean, it's flipping on there, that's for sure. Some of you guys are probably like, man, what is with this guy's tool collection? Because I got Milwaukee, got DeWalt, got Ryobi. Just collect everything, man. Just gotta have one of everything. You never know which one's gonna last the longest. I do have a drill and impact set of Milwaukee too. I got a Sawzall and a few other things here, and I got a lot of Ryobi tools, but we won't worry about that. Alright, so got this on there, got the cap on there. Next thing to go on is gonna be the seat, which looks pretty simple. Just a couple bolts down there. Hopefully the other one fits relatively decent, but we're about to find out. It's in a lot better shape than this. It's still not the best. I'll show it to you. So here's the new one. I was pressure washing it the other day and blew a hole in it, but overall it's not in too bad a shape. This one does, however, have... Let me flip this over for you here. This one has a bracket where you can move it back and forth, and I'm hoping that'll work out. I know that little spring there in the middle is obviously not going to do me any good because there's a battery holder underneath that one, but I don't know. Hopefully it'll mount right up and we won't have any issues. So we'll see. Upon further inspection, it looks like my pops has modified some stuff to make some stuff work again. So yeah, all the factory mounting holes aren't the same. This is a Craftsman bracket, and I wonder... Oh no. Oh, sorry. It's a little bit wider. So I don't know what we're going to do there. Might drill some new holes. I doubt it. Probably just through bolt it wherever it fits. Alright, so here's what I ended up doing. I took this bracket here, One side I pressed it out with the press, didn't work very good, so I just cut it off with the bandsaw on the other side. But before I did that, I took this bracket here, put it on the bottom of this one here. If you can see it, let's do some bright. There we go. So put it on the bottom of this black bracket here. Marked the holes that I needed, drilled those out. Then I turned this whole bracket upside down, stuck it through these holes here, which were the regular mounting holes for the old one. Whenever I stuck it down in there, it gave me the perfect spot to drill both my holes for this seat. That way it lines up just perfectly and it's not all crooked or whatever. So now what I'm going to do is put this on the bottom side. Then take these. I know these are too long. I'm going to cut them down. But take these, slide them through the bottom side, through this bracket, through this metal, into the seat, cut them off, and that'll be our seat mounting. I did put this back on this side here, and obviously the spring doesn't do anything, but this metal right here rides on this metal here, and I don't like that, so we're going to change that. So I'm probably going to find some little bumpers or something that I can drill into these and just set the seat down or find some way to do it. But on the cool side, since I kept this bracket, I can adjust my seat in and out. So that's cool. That helps. All right, so check it out. Got it mounted up. She is really far back there right now, but that'll all change. And this is what I was talking about. If you look at the bracket here, it is touching the metal. I don't like that, so we're probably going to get a bumper to mount it up, like right in there somewhere. Either get a bumper that's going to go on this little bolt here, or one that bolts in from the bottom, just to hold this dude up. But other than that, got it to where it'll mount up now. Take this, loosen her up, then you can move the seat forward somehow. I'm not sure. I have to play with it. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alright, so I get it now. That's my bad. So in order to get this thing to adjust, this thing has to be completely out. Because you can see bolt there is just the same size as the hole. But, oh well. At least I got an adjustable seat. So that's going to help out a little bit. See, that even looks a little better already. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Got a seat on there now. Got a new steering wheel on there now. Probably going to dump stuff all over my floor. But probably going to work on this wiring mess now and see if I can't get it wrapped in back here somewhere just to kind of finalize it. We'll see. Alright, so I took all of the wiring harness out of the wire loom, right? And I already know I used a wire nut. Calm down, it's not forever. But I took this gauge, or not gauge, blah blah. I was hoping this would fit. That's what I'm trying to say. I was hoping this would fit in this hole right here. Right there. But it in fact does not. It is way too small. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. But anyway, regardless. So I've been working on the wiring harness. Anybody who's stuck around for a minute remembers all of this. So these are all the sensors, like the seat sensor and pressure sensors to keep the engine from starting while you're not on it or whatever, or if you are on it and the blades are spinning, it shuts off whenever you get off the seat, whatever. Anyway, so it had all this junk in there, and I was sitting there looking at it, and I realized that all of this orange wire is tied to each one of these, and all this yellow wire is tied to each one of these, and it travels in like a circuit, more or less. I don't want to get into too much detail on that because there's no point. So what you do is you take the orange. There's an orange with a white, a yellow, and then an orange solid. And that completes your circuit. You tie all those together, it triggers, makes it think that all this stuff is in place, everything is off, and then you can now start it without all of this being in the lawnmower. So we can get rid of that if it doesn't get stuck on everything. So we can get rid of this, don't need that no more. All right here. Now all I got left is the starter solenoid, the key switch, and then a fuse. So that is all we need for this lawnmower. And I'll show you right now, if you take it and you boost a pump this dude, now it keeps airing out because the battery is trash, or I don't know, I think something's wrong with the lawnmower actually. It might be a grounding issue, but if you take it, you can trick it. Make it start pumping voltage to the battery, then take your positive, tie it in after, still pumping voltage to the battery, but now I can turn it over. See? And it will only do it one time because it's trying to move, and then it disconnects because it's just sitting there. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Get off there. So there we go. Now we got it all simplified. This is all the electrical. So all I need is a ground to tie in. I need to mount the solenoid somewhere. I need to get a new battery cable, obviously, because that's way too daggum short. But I can now tape all of this stuff back up and just ignore it, because we have everything we need, and that's how you simplify it. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm surprised that actually worked. Now let's hope that whenever this thing's running, it still charges the battery and stuff, because I think all that's tied in to something else. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll find out the hard way. It's the only way to figure it out. So let's get all this stuff mounted inside there and see what happens. So check it out. For now, this is what we got. Look, you can't even tell the wire nuts are there anymore because I taped over it, you see? You can't even tell it's there. Anyway, so I got this grounded here. This one here is supposed to go to the battery, but I'm probably going to end up just cutting that off and only having this ground here because that's all you need grounded through all the... May add an extra ground, just bolt that to that hole or something, I don't know. But anyway, so I got the power wire hooked up to the starter. Runs through here like Grandpa had it. Comes back here, hits the battery. Positive goes all the way back to where I just showed you. The ground over there is bolted right there to the frame. So you got a chassis ground. Everything's golden. Close this. Hopefully that spring doesn't hit anything under there. It's going to be close. Move that over just in case. Alright, anyways. So I got that. Got everything here. Let's hook the jump starter to it and see if we can get this thing to move. Even though it's not going to start because I don't have a gas tank. But I just want to see if it'll move. Just out of curiosity. So if you could, guys, like, comment, subscribe. We'll have more mower content coming. I appreciate every one of you. And yeah, that's all I got. Have a good day. We'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, jump starter hooked up to the battery. Everything's powered up right now. I'm not going to drop the seat because this thing will probably just move under its own power. So key is down here for now because I couldn't get it to fit in that hole, but let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it moves under its own power. That's a good start. So now all I got to do is get this thing a gas tank and see if we can get it to move. The gas tank that I did order has still not come in yet, so that's all I got for now. So yeah, heck yeah, that's a freaking win. I appreciate it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We got pretty far today. Got the get all that stuff off there, so check that out. Got the seat, got the wheel, got the wiring done for the most part. Still got to find a place to hide a few things, but nothing too crazy. And that's just about all we have left. We do need to hook up the headlights again. I need to get an exhaust piped, probably going to come out to the side here and just have it blow wherever, honestly, because I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and look. Oops. I didn't take that out, so now it's like wedged in there, but I'm not worried about it. It'll be alright. Anyways, so guys, if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. I'd really appreciate it.